Hey, welcome back to JazzTime. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you'd purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be taking a look at this Tag Heuer Carrera. This one a discontinued model, the reference number CAR2A11.BA0799. That basically means that this one is with the gray dial, sunburst finish, as you can see, applied numbers all in minutes or seconds, and also with a date window, sapphire crystal with the ceramic tachymetric bezel, all stainless steel construction with the stainless steel bracelet, of course. All right, so I'll be going over all of the aspects of this watch: the case, the bezel, dial, crown functions, as well as the movement and the bracelet. And I'll be giving you my thoughts on these throughout this video. So starting off with the case, between the 2 and 8 o'clock positions, you have 43 millimeters. That's the same as what you get from the 10 to 4 o'clock positions, basically from the pusher to the opposite side of the case minus the pusher itself. So that distance, 43 millimeters all the way across. You have a full satin brush, or sorry, high polish construction to this case, including all of the buttons there on the chronograph sides, and the 9 o'clock side of the case, nice high polish as well. The entire casing itself in high polish, so it gives it that very interesting and very beautiful, highly reflective luster to it. Tiny little bit of a sink into the integrated bracelet here that you can see on the 6 o'clock side, same as with the 12 o'clock side, really sort of pulling it inward, sort of giving it that dynamic feel to it. There's also the tachymetric bezel, again in ceramic, all black here, so it's nice and scratch resistant, same as with the sapphire crystal on the very front. Nicely domed and giving the watch a thickness of over 16 millimeters, I believe 16.5 millimeters in thickness, so quite a sports watch for the wrist. Again, with the 43 millimeter case size, makes a very big watch on the wrist. As you saw on my wrist earlier, pretty big. The dial itself, a satin brush, sort of a gear shade pattern to it, giving it that sunburst or sunray look to it, depending on how it plays in the light there. And they just call this a gray color. It's sort of like an anthracite or even slate, or maybe even a rhodium sort of gray. Quite very interesting gray, very, very shaded. Certainly on the darker side, not entirely all that light, unless you look at the highlights, of course. On the very front, again, there's no actual hour markers, but only markers for the minutes and seconds, and it gives it that sort of almost like a racing dial, or like a speedometer, actually, in the way that it's presented here. And even though you have all of these set up, you also have the chronograph features: 30 minutes at the 12 o'clock position, 12 hours at the 6 o'clock position, and sort of encased in a silver subdial outboard with that, and also sort of like a concentric lighter gray, mid-tone gray to these subdials, giving it a sort of a higher pop, making these pretty much at the top of the visual hierarchy scale, so that basically you see these first. This is definitely a chronograph timepiece. Small seconds at the 9 o'clock position, constantly going as well, nicely and high polished on that hand as well. Same with the minute and hour hands and the red tipped chronograph hand, lance style. If I turn out the lights here, you can see that there's a little bit of luminescence, not a whole lot. Well, basically it's only on the hands themselves, so you're not going to get too much in terms of that, but it's there if you need it. All right, turning the lights back on and taking a look here at the functionality of this watch. At the base position, the crown will allow you to wind the watch, so just slip it off your wrist, give it a good wind. Lasts between 40 and 50 hours, depending on how you run the watch. So rather simple there. From a dead stop, about 20 or 30 full winds gets you to the full power reserve. Pull the crown to the next position, or to the first position, out of the first position to the second position. You can actually advance that date forward by 1. It's about a quarter turn. It's a nice click as well. Feels very good as you advance the date forward. and nothing too much there. It's at the 3 o'clock position within that small aperture. White background with black text, very easy to read. Pull the crown out to the final position. Note that the seconds hand does in fact stop, and same as the chronograph hand as well if you were to keep it running. So this allows you to set the time precisely based on the position of that small seconds hand. So you can just place the minute hand wherever it needs to go, wait for it to synchronize up to an atomic clock, and just press it back in. All of this allows you a 100-meter water resistant watch, so certainly one that you can take, surface swimming, maybe a little shallow diving, nothing too extreme there. The chronograph pushers, nothing too different there. Simply press the top one with the red lacquer inlay there. It starts up that chronograph hand, sort of ticks along, not entirely the smoothest of all Carreras, but it still fulfills its duty at, within accuracy of 1/8 of a second. Once you have the watch wound up to its full capacity, it'll travel much more smoothly. Press again to stop it. No weird movements, no weird jumps or stutters. It finishes cleanly. All right, so even though it doesn't look like it, it runs extremely smoothly. Stop it and press the pusher at the 4 o'clock position to reset it as well as the sub-dials, so you can always have a fresh start should you so desire. No flyback chronograph here, not that you really absolutely need it. What makes all of this work on the inside, it is the movement as written on the front of the dial, caliber 1887. Let me pull up my notes here. So it's a 29.3 millimeter in diameter movement in there, about 39 joules. No, not about, it is exactly 39 joules, 13, I believe 13 and a half lines, I believe, whatever. It has a balanced frequency of 28,800 vibrations per hour, or 4 hertz, so you do have that added sense of precision when you're actually engaging the chronograph there. It also has the hours, minutes, and small seconds at the 9 o'clock, chronograph minutes at the 12 o'clock, chronograph hours at the 6 o'clock, date again at the 3 o'clock position there. You also have Côte de Genève on that winding rotor, giving it, basically providing you everything that you require from an open caseback, the exhibition caseback here, showing off all of the insides, incredibly beautiful as well. You also have all of the engravings in there to show you that it is certainly a Tag Heuer movement. And also the power reserve between 40 and 50 hours. If you keep the chronograph running 40 hours with it disengaged and off, it will be 50 hours. So keep that in mind. Although the vertical clutch does allow you to run it as a constant seconds hand, should you so desire, without any wear on the movement. It'll just run down the power reserve just about by 10 hours. But even then, setting it down Friday evening, you can just pick it back up Sunday afternoon, give it a little quick wind for a little bit if you have the chronograph running. If you just leave the chronograph off over the weekend, well, you don't even need to wind it. Just pick it up Monday, put it on your wrist, and the natural movements of your wrist keep that winding rotor spinning and winding the mainspring barrel, allowing you to charge the power reserve. Rather simple there. Good from automatic movements there from Tag Heuer. Now, while I'm zoomed out here, you can see that the links here are H-shaped with sort of like an alternating high polish and satin brush finish down the center, all satin brush on the outer links there, high polish on their sides. There's a general taper down to the folding clasp here, Tag Heuer logo there, the full lockup of the logo there with the double push button system. And if you actually press both of them in, open it up, you can actually see on the inside. You cannot actually open this by simply pulling it or just pressing one button in. You have to press both buttons in order to disengage that lock. So it's incredibly secure actually, and even with the pin and sleeve system for sizing, incredibly secure. I've tried to size one of these myself. It's not easy to accidentally, push one of these out. You actually have to use plenty of force. Well, I wouldn't say force. It has to be a very robust and very deliberate movement to, move these pins and sleeves. So good from Tag Heuer there. While I'm here, I'll also try it again on my wrist, 7 inches in circumference. So taking a look at it here again, on my wrist, straight on, 43 millimeters is the case size, 7 inches, my wrist, 16.5 inches, the thickness. It's a big boy, a big chunker, and so I can't recommend this to anyone whose wrist is, even smaller than mine, unless you're absolutely going for massive, absolutely huge wrist presence, then, you know, certainly no one's going to stop you there. But if you want it to fit on your wrist and balance nicely, this thing wobbles quite a bit because it's quite top heavy for me. If you have a larger wrist, you have a, you know, the full set of the bracelet here gripping onto you, then, you know, it's not going to go anywhere. It'll actually fit quite nicely. It won't be so top heavy for you, but for me, quite big, and it has that sort of sense of wrist presence. It's a bit subtle when it comes to the dial color because that really darker set of gray, the shades of gray that you can see in this dial, don't stand out quite as much as the chronograph functions there. So even from a distance, you can see the chronograph features there, and, you know, people will know certainly what you're in for, what you're here for. Looking at it straight down the wrist, the lugs, very distinctly Carrera. They don't dig into the wrist so much as they just simply rest and leave a very, very solid anchor point. Very sharp on the edges there, but you won't actually get punished. You know, it won't actually puncture your wrist. Even for flatter wrists, mine is a little bit more round, but, you know, just keep that in mind. If your wrist is smaller than this, you do run the risk of, you know, having these lugs sort of protrude beyond the bounds of your wrist. So certainly for someone with a larger wrist than mine, the bracelet here, again, all steel bracelet, sort of my preference when it comes to bracelets or straps in general. Zero tolerance among these lengths. Again, the pin and sleeve system don't allow for, you know, weird wobbling, so it actually will never pinch your wrist. It won't pull hairs out. Feels very comfortable, wicks away sweat, and so you can basically wear this all day without any discomfort. And looking at it again straight on, quite beautiful watch, actually. A bit understated, but, you know, no less than what it actually is. It's an excellent chronograph watch. A little bit deeper into the Tag Heuer catalog, sort of not the introductory watch, but, you know, if you want to jump in and, you know, this is, you know, probably your first watch. If it is your first watch, this is going quite in deep into the chronograph world because, you know, it doesn't have the day and the date. It doesn't have all of the features that you would want for an all-rounder watch. This is more, a little bit more specialized, not too specialized like, say, a Rolex Daytona, but, you know, certainly gives you everything that you would ever need from your first timepiece, or if you're just filling in a hole in your collection or just want to wear something that, you know, gives you a little bit more statement on the wrist, this one is for you. But enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below what you think about this Tag Heuer Carrera. The reference number of this one, CAR2A11.BA077, or sorry, .BA0799, CAR2A11, sorry, .BA0799. 43 millimeters, 16.5 millimeters thick. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Be sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch, discontinued currently, so we only have it pre-owned. Well, it's only pre-owned, really, but we can get it for you here at Jazz Time. This one even is for sale right now on our website. Links in the description below where you can get it for the lowest possible price anywhere online. Thanks for watching, take care, we'll see you in the next one.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in Jazz Time, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.